You watch David so often, so you become your own David and start making sure that not a single minute after time, just like, so if it's 4 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock. And my task now is to wrap up the forum day, and then David will come after and give you some very important pieces of information. And usually the way I like to wrap up things is, this is the 59th Congress, so I came up with like 59 things you need to know or you should have learned today. We start from the very beginning. The French can dance. And all what you have to do is ask Matt Bean when the woman covered his whole head with her dancing outfit. His iPhone froze, so he could not take any pictures inside we need to do things in harmony. In can, yes, you can. We need to change the publisher's economic model. And these are, I'm not going to attribute these are from all the speakers, so we can have time to go through all of them. Digital is no longer a threat. It is a key to success. All titles, print still does work. All the Women's Weekly titles are profitable. Print must be relevant. Our biggest challenge to make sure that the readers know and differentiate between what's a commercial, what's an ad, and what's editorial. We have to make sure that our readers, our distributors, our customers have that sense of ownership. We have to love what we do. I mean, the minute I hear a journalist or I hear a distributor or I hear there's no love, there's no passion, we don't need to be in that business. We have to love what we do. We have to keep it simple and make it fun. And yes, it feels like a hobby, but it's a lot of hard work. People till now don't know how that magazine or newspaper comes into being at the end of the day, displayed for the next day for you to pick it up. You have to create passion points. Matt referred to them as passion points. I call them addictive points. What are the seeds of addictions that you have to have? You have to stop thinking from a digital newsstand to a broadcast marketing newsstand. We cannot sell digital the same way we sell print. We can't shove print into a pixel on a screen and try to imitate a technology that has been working for us for more 500 years. Very well indeed. The magazine is the flagship. No one wants to be on the cover of a website. We have to learn how to compete, but also we have to learn how to complement. The future is fragmentation and more fracturing of the marketplace. This is something I didn't know, which is among so many other things I didn't know. Europe is the homeland of the magazine business. That there is more business, magazine business in Europe than any other continent or country. The business is growing at 73% retail, 20% subscription, and 7% digital. The instability with the wholesaling business is affecting the business, and we have to learn how can we benchmark it, the changes. The short-run digital printing is becoming very important. I remember I was at a hotel in São Paulo in Brazil, and I was handed a list of 200 newspapers from around the world. And they told me, which one do you want on your door in the morning? And it's a digitally printed. You just tick which paper you want, and it's on your footsteps. From the death of print, now we are talking about the decline of print. And hopefully next year in Brussels, we are going to talk about the success of print. Nobody knows the future. This was a constant theme that we've heard often, that however, we know that movies did not kill theater. And as Peter said, you just go on the weekend to the Piccadilly Circle in London and see if you can get a ticket to the theater. You can take the same content across platforms. You have to adapt the content to the platforms. Our ills are self-inflicted and self-generated. And I say amen to that, because we've dug ourselves into this grave, and the only thing we can see around us now are the walls of the grave. And guess what? There's no light there. So we have to learn how to climb off that ditch that we dug ourselves in. Cut the content, cut the paper, cut the weight, increase the price, and then ask yourself, why are sales declining? Something I tried to get my editors on my panel to answer the question, like what are they doing to print besides cutting, cutting, cutting? Less for more, is that a winning formula? Again, and we had 2 points of view. We had a less for point interview that says, no, it's not the winning formula, and then we get the example of the 2.5 liter Coke. The majesty of print, I love that. I mean, that's probably going to be the title of my blog, writing about the Congress here. Print version is much more important than any other thing that we produce. Youngsters never read. I mean, this question, every conference I go to, people ask, why, how can we get the young people to pick up a newspaper, to pick up a magazine? I have the minutes of the Missouri Press Association from 1919 on their agenda. How can we get teenagers to read newspapers? That's 1919. Teenagers never read newspapers. Teenagers never will read newspapers. I don't care what device they are going to be on. There's few of us, teenagers, who read newspapers, and that's why we are the crazy people here in this conference. I mean, we are not the normal human beings. We are not the mass audience that's out there. People change as they grow older. That's a fact. It's important to sell press products in the store. As we've seen, 80% in Germany says yes for that. 72 in France, 72 in the UK. You know, the Coke wisdom challenged our less is more wisdom. People still want magazines. They are the #1 sales and revenue generator in retail stores. Retailers love new launches, especially new launches that are accompanied by a big promotion. A mature magazine can benefit from a good promotion. Nobody knows what the future holds. Signs puts in store increased sales by 4.3%. We need to bring the category to life, no matter which category you are dealing with. If you have offers with your magazine, a bottle of water, you get 20% positive swing. We have to have personalized marketing. When the market crashes, 30% of your sales decline, what should you do? And it was very simple. Stay in business. Just make sure that you change, you diversify, and you optimize the press and accelerate diversification. You must adapt to the new market rules. More new magazines are introduced worldwide. We just saw the numbers from France alone, more than 270. Magazines and newspapers are becoming brands. Thus, the magazine or the newspaper is just part of that brand. The printed product is the cornerstone of the brand. Survival rates of new magazines are increasing. Humanizing the brand is a secret for survival. Your retail store must change with the times. We must promote print the same way we promote digital. Digital is no longer a seductive mistress. It's just like now member of the family. It's no longer print versus digital. It's print and digital and events and stores and commerce and sales and shops. And on all fronts, we must be actually experience makers. We must engage with our audiences, our customers. The key to promotion is paying somebody to get attention. You pay, you play. And other than that, just make sure I will see you next year in Brussels, and we will be talking about the future of digital in a printed age. 2 important things I need also, I was told I have to remind you of. The headphones, and what David failed to tell you, they actually have electric shock systems in those headphones. If you leave the gate, you will get a big buzz on your head. So please don't take the headphones with you. Give them back. And circulation monitor. I mean, I've never seen a better data presented and that we've heard from Jim. Please make use of it. Go to the Distripress website and check the data and check the whole entire report in its entirety. And that's all what I have to say about that. So, Mr. David.
Samir, thank you so much indeed. Dr. Samir Husni, fantastic.
Thanks.
I want to also say thank you to all our speakers and everyone who's taken part, our moderators and so on. One thing I was told to say, though, and I'm sure you don't need telling this, but our Congress is not here tomorrow. Do not come up those red steps and expect to find the tables somewhere here. They're in this general complex, but when you approach the Palais, it's on the left-hand side, and you walk all the way down towards the sea, and then on the right-hand side is where you will see a familiar Distripress layout with Expo and all the business tables. I know I don't need to say that, but somebody tomorrow will say, do you know, I sat all day in that Debussy waiting for my meeting at 9:30. Anyway, so enjoy tonight. We've got a General Assembly starting in 15 minutes. I hope as many Distripress members can join as possible. You'll meet your new executive committee and you can question us on any matters in terms of the association. But for now, for everyone else, we'll see you for a drink tonight and safe journey to the beach. Thank you very much.